side of Manhattan with bout number 9 of 11 this evening, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the 130-pound amateur division. Our Friday Night Fight series is proudly presented by Chang Beer, the proud sponsor of Muay Thai and the pride of Thailand. Friday Night Fights is brought to you by Amazing Thailand, Scratch DJ Academy, Fitness, Nutritional Counseling, Lucky Strike, Adidas Combat Sports, and the Mohegan Sun Resort and Casino. Our bouts this evening are sanctioned by the World Kickboxing Association. The judges here in this bout are Anthony Andriosi, Mohammed Ahmed, and Laszlo Ubey. Controlling the action at the sound of the bell, the referee in charge is Joel Becker. Let's meet first the fighter out of the red corner. He weighed in at 129 pounds even. He owns an amateur record to date of 6-9, one victory coming by way of knockout. Wearing black with red this evening from Kingston, New York, and representing Stockade MMA, please welcome John Nace. His opponent, ladies and gentlemen, across the ring, fights out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 128 pounds even. He owns an amateur record of 10-6, 3 of those victories coming by way of knockout. Wearing blue with red and silver, representing Astoria, Queens, New York, by way of Bangladesh, and fighting out of ITC, please welcome Srijan Munier.
All right, guys, great to see. We got a lot of experience out here. I expect to put it on display, fight clean, fight hard, fight fair, protect self at all times, listen to my instructions at all times. Touch gloves, come out fighting. Let's go.
A full rules Muay Thai bout. 5 2-minute rounds are scheduled between John Nace and Srijan Munier. And this is not the first time these two have entered the squared circle together as they touch gloves to begin the action. Munier actually defeated Nace a couple of years ago by unanimous decision in a prior bout. So these two familiar with each other. Good leg kick to open things up by Munier. Munier rocking the blue trunks. Nace in the black with red trim. Ari Lagami with Phoenix Carnivale ringside at Lucky Strike Manhattan on Friday Night Fights, the summer finale, brought to you by Chang Beer.
Now this is a 5-round fight, so it's interesting to see the pace that these guys keep up in 5 rounds. Right now here, you can see that they're both jockeying for position in the clinch. Nace having the underhook in. Munier having his hand over the neck. And Joel Becker splitting them up. Keeping the activity here. Beautiful sweep by Munier.
Already some redness on the right side of Nace's face as Munier lands a couple of vicious leg kicks as well. And Munier, no surprise to see him landing hard strikes. He is the striking coach at ITC Astoria. So this is what he does. 10-6 record for Munier entering this bout this evening. John Nace comes in at 6-9.
Good dump to the canvas. What Munier's doing really, really well is he's feeling the energy of his opponent. When his hips shift to a certain side and he knows that he has more weight on one side, he dumps him to the canvas.
Strong showing so far by Munier.
Big teep lands over the guard.
Stuck it right into Nace's face.
Yeah. Wasn't powerful, but it was enough to push him back. There was another one.
Another big teep by Munier, who's now bum rushing Nace towards the end of round 1. Final seconds of action here. A scheduled 5-rounder, and we're through 1. So Srijan Munier was supposed to fight a couple of months ago on Friday Night Fights. Had his opponent go down with injury, unable to compete, so Munier was left without a fight. So now he gets to retake the squared circle at Lucky Strike Manhattan, and he is showing off his stuff right now against John Nace at a Stockade.
Yeah, he's showing the more control. He's showing the better timing here in the first round. Right now, if this was Thailand, all the bets would be going on, you know? Like, oh, okay, everybody would be betting on blue right now because that first round he was able to show a little bit more ring generalship, a little bit more ring control.
And again, Srijan the striking coach, the head striking coach at ITC Astoria. That stands for International Training Center. He lives in Harlem now. Originally hails from Bangladesh.
If you're Nace's corner, you're telling him to have a much more solid base, to throw your shots a little bit more selectively, maybe use your speed a little bit more, your timing a little bit more. So let's see what Nace does in the second round.
Now remember, this is a scheduled 5-round affair. No belt on the line as Munier nearly takes a spill. Might have lost his balance there.
Yeah, he threw a beautiful leg kick in one of those exchanges too.
Nace coming out showing some aggression here early in round 2. We know he was on the short end of things in round 1. Not trying to let that happen again. Good combination up top from Nace, and sticks a knee in as well. And he will dump Sreejan Munier right on his back.
Nice little taste of his own medicine.
Oh, and Munier comes right back.
That's a beautiful technique to use, because when you catch that kick, you can easily sweep that bottom leg. That is your one shot at balance.
Nace and Munier trying to lock up in the clinch. Big left from Munier. Nace eats it and comes right back. He's trying to land those circular knees in the clinch.
Nice elbow that lands over the top. You know, it does hurt when you take those elbows right on your shoulders.
I would think taking an elbow anywhere would hurt.
Well, when you do take it there, when you take it towards the clavicle, or you take it right above your shoulders, it hurts a lot, because your ability to punch kind of seizes up that area of your neck.
Just lifting your arms up becomes more difficult.
It does. So even though they don't look like the more damaging shots, like a sort of round or overhand elbow would, they hurt. They accumulate.
And these amateurs may be wearing elbow pads, but those elbows are still quite painful.
All right, exactly.
Those are thin pads. Under 30 seconds to go in round number 2 of a scheduled 5. Nace doing a lot better job in this second round of kind of slowing down the pace against Munier, realizing that Sreejan's bread and butter is his striking ability. Under 10 seconds now in round 2.
Both of them are landing knees, outside knees. They're not as painful as a straight knee, but they definitely score.
That's the end of round number 2. Show of sportsmanship at the end of the round between Munier and Nace. Again, this is the second time these two are locking up. John Nace looking to avenge an earlier loss a couple of years ago to Sreejan Munier. We'll see another rematch a little bit later on this evening. In our main event, Elvis Gashi, Super Elvis, will take to the ring against Andre Schuler, who went down in what ended up being a no contest earlier in his career. That was 2 years ago as well. But Schuler, now a more seasoned pro fighter who's done well in a couple of occasions here on Friday Night Fights. This will be his 4th time on the card, as a matter of fact. And he will look to add another victory to his record and deal Elvis his first defeat. But for now, we are seeing Sreejan Munier against John Nace, a 9th of our 11 scheduled bouts on Friday Night Fights. Aria Lagami with Phoenix Carnivale, ringside at Lucky Strike Manhattan. And our friends from Q Live Sports bringing us all the sights and sounds from this tremendous venue.
Heading into round 3, you see Nace trying to pick up the pace here. Surgeon with the body lock, Nace with that overhand elbow.
Nace trying to land those elbows to the face of Munier, and Sreejan just falls on top of him. Munier wearing the light blue trunks with the silver trim and red print. Nace wearing the black trunks with red trim, red gloves, red elbow pads as well. 5-round amateur battle. We're in round number 3 right now. Nace coming forward, and again, he'll dump Munier right on his back. This is the kind of fight Nace wants, I think, Phoenix, because again, Sreejan Munier, a striking coach in his own right, so clearly he's looking to extend the arms and legs.
Yeah, I mean,
he's also taller. He's got 2 inches of height as well.
Does have the reach advantage, so he believes, I think, Nace is trying to close the distance by using the clinch.
Nace walked into a left hand right there. Again, the 2 clinching in the corner. Joel Becker trying to get him off the ropes.
Well, Munier does have the dominant position. When you have the body lock, you have the dominant position. You have more surface area to grab. You have more area to control. You can also use your hips. You can bring your hips in and out for when you'd like to knee, and you can smother your opponent's knee.
As the clinch broke, as soon as Munier got any space, he fired that left leg up high. So this is what he's looking to do. He is looking to get a little separation and then fire away on Nace. Big
and
left
that was a
hand
big
there.
left hand. And an elbow that, step-in elbow that landed by Munier.
Sreejan is 17th amateur bout. He comes in at 10-6. John Nace has quite a bit of ring experience as well. He's 6-9 entering this bout tonight. Final 10 seconds of round number 3, a scheduled 5. Again, Munier locking things up in the corner.
Oh, elbow lands to finish that round.
So Munier, after landing a steady diet of shots in round 1, hasn't been able to extend quite as much as the fight has gone on.
Yeah, we've continually gone to the clinch. Both fighters are landing in the clinch. Munier with the dominant position in the clinch majority of the time. Now as we step into round 4 and 5, if we are going by a traditional Muay Thai and in what you would see in Thailand, 4 and 5, they would definitely step up the speed. They would step up the intensity of the rounds.
And also likely a factor in the little bit of slowdown and pace in the last couple of rounds. These two fighters have to deal with 5 rounds instead of 3, so you have to pace yourself a little bit more, conserve a little bit of energy for the home stretch here, so to speak. Munier, the New York City native by way of Bangladesh. Getting the elbow pads adjusted by Joel Becker. As he gets set for round 4 against John Nace. Munier looking for a second career victory against Nace.
Munier using the southpaw position, going to the outside leg.
And right away, a little bit of space, and Munier takes advantage. Now Munier has Nace in the blue corner, his own corner. Big straight left to the body by Munier.
Spinning back fist missed. Munier again going for that body lock.
Nace doing everything he can.
Well, Nace is throwing elbows. So again, he's throwing it to the traps, right? The tops of the shoulders of Munier, and
but not a ton of leverage.
not a ton of leverage on them, but again, they're annoying, they hurt, they score.
Another big left hand lands for Munier. Sreejan Munier, it's clear when these two fighters have any space in between, and Munier is going for the big shots. Whips
Spinning
on a
back
back
fist
fist
does
there.
land, a spinning elbow. Doesn't
Nate.
land flush, but does land.
More than 40 seconds left in this 4th of 5 scheduled rounds between Munier and Nace.
When you do have that body lock on you, you have to set your weight and push your hips back and out. But what Nace is trying to do instead is like go over the top with those elbows. It does force you to bend your back a lot. It could be very painful.
Straight left hand over the top for Munier. Again, Nace locks him up, trying to work those knees inside. Ten seconds remain in round 4.
Oh, head kick. Luckily, Nace had his hands up, but he still did wobble a bit. There was a very powerful kick that ends that round.
And Munier followed up with a straight left hand as round 4 comes to a close. Sreejan Munier, not surprising that he is a striking coach at ITC Astoria. He does it very well, very efficiently, very smoothly.
Yeah, he's very explosive. The second he gets his space, he takes it.
He doesn't waste a lot of shots either, it seems.
No.
Phoenix, he's not just firing wild shots out there. Everything's very under control.
Yeah. I think he should try to avoid the clinch a little bit and maybe stay on the outside and see how many shots he can land. Because as we try to go into this latter rounds, you want to see a little bit more action to see if anybody has a little bit more of the power. When you leave it to the judges, sometimes you want to make very clear-cut decisions for them.
So what do you think? How's this playing out right now, Phoenix? We have a striking coach against a younger fighter, both of them with a pretty decent amount of amateur experience. Are you surprised at how this is developing?
I'm surprised that they spent so much time in the clinch. I'm surprised that this was the strategy. but I think that both feel comfortable in the clinch. You can see Nace is going for elbows. Munier is very comfortable with that body lock. So he's going for his arm positions. He's actually pinning his opponent's arm so that he can't land any elbows. You know, clinching is a big part of Muay Thai. You can spend an entire fight in the clinch, and it's not a big deal, and it's not looked down upon. I just guess I was expecting a little bit more, just because of the experience they both had. I thought they would mix it up a little bit more.
I think Munier clearly wants to get those arms and legs extended as he sticks a right teep into Nace's face, then follows it with a left hand.
Well, that's my point. And anytime he seems to separate, he has the ability to kick upstairs or land a punch. So
and lightning fast as well.
Exactly. So I'm surprised that it tends to go and into the clinch so much.
Final minute of action in round number 5. Srijin Munier putting on a striking clinic. He does coach it after all at ITC Astoria, and he is showing his outstanding background.
Ooh, beautiful turn from both fighters. They were both able to throw each other off balance, regain balance, and throw their opponent off balance.
Nace working hard in the clinch, trying to land those knees to Srijin's midsection.
Yeah, it's important to note that Nace, when he is in the clinch, he is landing as well.
Munier, again with that body lock. Exerting the dominance over Nace right now. It's round 5 of 5. Final moments here, about 15 seconds left. Joel Becker will break the fighters up.
Big left hand.
Munier, one more strike for good measure. As we come to a close.
It could have been anything. He could have been trying to nullify his opponent's techniques. Maybe he knows his boxing is very good. Could be a lot of things, but he chose to stay in the clinch and only separate a few times to land techniques. Maybe he was tired. Maybe he had an injury. I guess we'll find out.
So Srijin Munier, the head striking coach at ITC Astoria, puts on an outstanding display against John Nace out of Stockade Martial Arts up in Kingston, New York. That's just north of Poughkeepsie. Nace training under J.J. Russo. He aims to go pro, just 21 years of age is Nace. And these are all learning experiences for him as an amateur. But it looked as though from this vantage point that Srijin Munier got the best of the youngster in this one. There's too many straight punches and kicks to the face landed by Munier. Nace doing most of his good work in the clinch, landing some good knees, a lot of elbows chopping down on the shoulders and head area of Srijin Munier, but not sure if it was enough, as Munier really did land the better shots throughout the course of this fight. A 5-round decision coming your way on Friday Night Fights, our summer finale coming to you from Lucky Strike Manhattan.
Get a round of applause for these two warriors. Show our appreciation. After 5 hard-hitting rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for the decision. Judge A saw the bout 50-45. Judges B and C both scored the bout 49-46. All 3 judges in favor of your winner by unanimous decision from Astoria, Queens, New York, and Bangladesh, Srijin Munier.
All right, I'm here with the winner. Okay, I guess I gotta ask you about the Batman tattoo on your chest first.
Might be part of the reason I do Muay Thai, since this old. Worship the man.
Okay, so let's talk about, this was a clinch fest. This entire fight was a clinch fest. What was the decision to just work the clinch almost this entire fight?
I expected that. I know John had a very strong showing a couple weeks ago against a very strong opponent, and he won that through clinch. So the last couple of weeks, we knew to expect it. We trained it all day, every day, and yeah, came with a plan, executed.
So your plan was to beat him at his own game?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to you. You won this evening. Take these shorts from Chong. We appreciate it. Celebrate the best tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sreejan Munier, an outstanding performance, a unanimous decision victory over John Nace. And the head striking coach at ITC Astoria scores his 11th amateur victory. This is Friday Night Fights, the summer finale, brought to you by Chong Beer.